Hello and welcome to Infinity Idiots. I am back again with another Vassal Malifaux Battle Report. Again, it's going to be another campaign, and it is for week 2 this time. So we played the well-dressed man strategy, which basically involves a very angry wolf in the middle, and we have to drop ski markers near him, but if we are near enough to drop markers, then we're near enough to activate the wolf, and the wolf on a ram or a crow goes angry, jumps into base, gets placed into base contact with the model that's just finished its activation, and takes a 246 damage slap for the troubles. You gain victory points if there is one of your markers near the wolf at the end of the turn, and you also gain scrib off it as well. And we also have to deal with some guild guard appearing at the end of turn 2. And if we manage to kill all 4 of those, a peacekeeper appears. Won't that be fun? So the schemes we had were conflict labour, exhaust forces, leave your mark, catch and release, and a quick murder. In the end, I went for convict labourer, AD went for leave your mark, and we both went for catch and release. I was outnumbered by 1, although that outnumbered was balanced by the fact Betty was actually buried for most of the game in this. I was outnumbered because my guardian had been knocked out, so I couldn't pick him, but because he still counted towards my overall campaign crew, I have a significant amount of soul stones in this game. So we will go on to deployment, and as you can see, I'm in the top right with my Watcher, Ryo, Peacekeeper and Hunter, who's joined us for week 2, while Adi had a Krooligan up in the corner, a Nurse, the Dead Rider, because he's a dirty man for bringing such a filthy model at such low point gives, and although that might look a little bit like a man, that is actually Anna Lovelace. I ended up deploying first, he deployed second, and we went in to turn 1. As I've already mentioned, Betty was buried. I won initiative, so the Nurse got busy and made the Krooligan faster and able to interact. So I wondered what he was planning with the Krooligan. The Hunter moved up a little bit. I went defensive, but because it gets a free push within 3 inches, there is a good chance I could set him up for dropping the scheme marker near the wolf and then hightailing it out of there before my activation finishes, so I don't have the wolf coming for me and keeping him in the middle. And as you can see, everybody else moved up with a little bit of schemer shenanigans by the Rezzers, and obviously the Watch jumped up to the middle and dropped a marker quite handily. So relatively slow turn 1. Turn 2, I lost initiative even though I'd spent soul stones for a reflip. Anna managed to piss off the Peacekeeper by dealing a point of damage to him, and then he charges her to exact some revenge, and in the end gets a slap of the wolf instead. Also in this turn, the Dead Rider actually came in for the Peacekeeper and actually ended up doing nothing, which was quite surprising. And also we ended up with some more ski marker shenanigans, and lots of ski markers started to be dropped by both players, and in the end we ended up with so it's 2-all. Then we had some guild guard dropping, and we ended up dropping them all next to each other, and that was that for turn 2. Turn 3, I won initiative, this time not need to cheat. Peacekeeper, he was poor all game. He did a little bit more damage into Anna, and Hunter helped out, but again didn't manage to do much. The Krooligan manages to get away from the guild guard that appeared next to him and continues to do its shenanigans with dropping markers, and then Anna tagged the Hunter and the Peacekeeper tagged the Dead Rider, so that started AD on the path for catch and release, and at the end of this turn we were both at 4-4. So into turn 4, Peacekeeper tagged the Dead Rider. I was hoping to tag Anna as well, but it turns out you can go be within an inch for the scheme, so that was a bit of a boo. So I just had a bit of a slap. The Watcher tagged the Nurse just because he'd done his job and gone around dropping all the markers for the convict labourer. Fortunately, the Nurse then managed to lock the Hunter in place by allowing him only to do melee actions, which basically is another form of paralyse when you're not actually engaged. And Ryle managed to annoy the Wolf enough to chase him and move him away from AD's markers, so stopping AD's score this turn. And somehow a guild guard managed to kill my Watcher, so that was a little bit disappointing, and I failed the injury flip, so I do have to actually flip for him for an injury. So we're going into turn 5, and the Hunter managed to take out Anna, which obviously brought in Betty, and the Hunter ended up getting pushed away. Peacekeeper tagged Betty just for safe, and then lo and behold, the Nurse managed to paralyse Ryle, which was a big boo, and at this stage I started to drop behind, so I ended up on an 8-9 loss. We flipped, we got a turn 6, so again I won initiative. Ryle dropped a marker to annoy the Wolf. The Hunter managed to make Betty bury herself, but apart from that, not much else happened, and I ended up losing 9-10 when all was said and done, because the Nurse managed to get the Wolf to move back, and it was all said and done. So in the end, I ended up with 8 scrib from this game. Because I'm only playing one game a week, I decided to buy another Watcher. So I've got 2 Watchers, and I bought a bounty, which is I bought the Strange Times, which meant I need to earn some scrib from weekly events twice in 2 separate games, and unfortunately my other Watcher ended up with a big head along with the Peacekeeper, so somehow I've now got 2 constructs which have big heads. Take that what you will. So hopefully you'll see us again in turn 3, in week 3, and we will see how far we can go and see if we can get on the road to getting Hoffman out, and hopefully getting something a bit more nicer on the streams, because these were horrible schemes. Until next time, thanks for listening and watching, and I hope you are enjoying these. We will see you guys later.